Forsyth County Schools, Georgia Student Transportation Education Program presents Safe, Orderly, and Respectful Emergency Evacuation. Evacuation Scene Etiquette. Whether you evacuate your school bus through the front door, rear door, or in the case of a dual-door evacuation, both front and rear, you must remain safe, orderly, and respectful at all times. How not to evacuate. Students should never ride their school bus this way. This is unsafe, disorderly, and disrespectful. These students, should they encounter an emergency, would be at higher risk for injury or worse.
Okay, boys and girls, we have an emergency. We need to evacuate the bus.
The students are running off into every direction. Someone is going to be hurt. Unfortunately, the students cannot hear their driver, who needs to give them important information to keep them safe during the evacuation. This is why parents and teachers must reinforce the importance of students cooperating with their driver.
Boys and girls, let's get in a line.
Let's watch as these students perform the correct way to evacuate the school bus in the event of an emergency. Students remain calm and cooperate with their driver as they continue 100 feet away to the emergency evacuation scene. Once the school bus driver has cleared the bus and made sure no students have been left behind, the driver will then continue to the emergency evacuation scene.
Tria.
Here.
Skylar.
Here.
Chandler.
Here.
Dylan.
Yes.
Mackenzie.
Using the roster, the school bus driver will then take roll to make certain every student is present and accounted for. When the driver has completed taking the roll, students and the driver will wait for another bus, mechanical assistance, or emergency services. Students must remain with their driver at the scene until help arrives.
Okay, boys and girls, we're going to stay.
You got everybody?
Yes, Officer Jeremy.
Everything okay?
Everything's okay. We're waiting on another bus to come pick us up.
At the scene, sometimes other citizens, including parents and family members who are concerned about the students, will try to get involved in the evacuation. Remember to stay with your driver no matter what.
Miss Bus Driver, I need my kid. I need my kid now.
I
gotta have my kid. I gotta have my kid. You just don't understand. Listen.
We must remember that emergency evacuations can be frightening not only for students, but for parents and families as well. Students will remain on the scene until they resume their route on another school bus. Their driver does not have the authority to release them from the scene. Let's revisit the area. Knowing now that the students are safe and awaiting another school bus to transport them on their route, this parent shows the correct way to approach the emergency evacuation scene.
County's not allowed to anybody that problem like this or anything like this, any incident, the parents come pick them up and either tell them the point where they go, or the bus will come and pick them up and take them home.
You sure they'll be okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I've got them all accounted for, and we're just waiting on the bus to come.
Now the students have been boarded safely onto another school bus. If this is an afternoon evacuation, students will resume their route and be delivered to their designated bus stop. If it were a morning evacuation, students will resume their route and be delivered to their designated school. Thank you for joining us.